Hi, I'm Elinor Silverstein, and welcome to the Feldenkrais Guild of North America Conference Series. The theme this year for 2024 is breath. It will run live on September 6th, the 27th, and October 18th. Today, I'm with Dan Schmidt, and the title of his workshop is Breath, Trauma, and Resilience. Dan, tell us about your workshop.
Thank you, Eleanor. So, trauma is a hot topic in the counseling world and in the world in general. But Moshe Feldenkrais was there way before everybody else. He understood that life is not necessarily easy, but that we can bounce back. And breath was one of the tools he used. So we have breath, we had trauma, as mentioned, and resilience, the bouncing back. That's at the heart of the method, the ability to cope, to function, to connect with the world, to enjoy your life. And we're going to look at that. The things I'm going to use will be clear and totally accessible. You don't need special physical capabilities. For seasoned practitioners, there'll be a few familiar things, and there'll be things that you absolutely have not seen. That's going to be a lot of fun. They're not hard, but they're quite different. And I'm really looking forward to delivering it.
So tell me a little bit about your background in how you got involved in this.
That's a great question. Trauma work comes naturally to me. Let's say I lived through a few things without going into a lot of detail. I didn't go to med school like I planned because other things happened. And along the way, I learned what the words PTSD meant and that, yes, I had that. Oh, okay. And then I had to solve it by myself on a shoestring budget, as it were, and done okay.
Doing magnificent.
Thank you. I had some wonderful mentors who tipped me off to things that they'd found and things their colleagues had found. And some things worked for me and some things I had to try and put aside, maybe come back to later. But I've never given up this interest. And I love Feldenkrais work. It's amazing to me. And I believe it's absolutely inherent in the Feldenkrais method that we can work with trauma, that we can make that shift from hurt, overwhelmed, to coping, to resilient, and to the pursuit of happiness.
Mm, mm, mm. Thank you. Thank you so much. Do you have an example of how you're going to use breath and with awareness through movement, or anything else you want to say, add?
Yeah. Let's see. Here's a quick idea that we're going to look at more of this, but this came out of my research that was triggered by some comments about sleep apnea that I ran into on the internet. And I chased it around. And first, there were British people doing choral work, and they found a reduction in sleep apnea. Then there was an Australian guy who heard about this, and he's like, well, I'm Australian, so we have to use a didgeridoo. And I thought that was fascinating. So I got a didgeridoo player to teach me some basics. And one of the things you can do to train the circular breathing for didgeridoo is to learn to inflate your mouth and breathe through your nose. And it's silly, but immediately your whole nervous system is flooded with this message that I'm doing two very different things. I'm controlling the emotional part of my face, but the survival part of my face is running on full tilt. And to say this is dynamite is very accurate. It's dynamite.
Now you're talking. Oh my goodness. I am so looking forward to your workshop. This is crucial for everybody to know, whether you've had trauma or not known people with trauma, or it just is about our resilience and adaptability. So thank you for what you offer, and you have been focusing your lifetime on this and helping people.
Thank you. It's my little obsession, and literally, though I have 58 years of reading about trauma since I was, a kid, like on and on and on, digging in, starting with Carl Menninger and the old books about psychology and figuring out what
Good.
can we do? What can I do? What can everybody else do? And I love this particular thing. It's portable, it's affordable, and the side effects are harmless.
Or,
Harmless.
or,
The
or
worst you might do
resilience,
is, you'll get
improvement.
more resilient, or nothing will happen. That's the worst that could happen, literally. Yeah.
Okay. Dan, thank you so much. I'm so glad you're teaching at our upcoming conference. This is going to be magnificent, and I recommend for everybody to attend. And if you're attending another workshop, make sure you buy the whole series and watch Dan another time. This is going to be great, and learn. Watch and learn. Learn and listen, learn. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Eleanor.